Apple, apple-flavored things, Adam's apple, my apple. Greetings and welcome back to another fall-flavored episode of the Vodkast. I am your host, as always, Geycen Oliveira. With us today is a bunch of apple-flavored things and an apple. I just put an apple here. I'm not going to eat this apple. Really, really sweet apples. I don't know what this was exactly, if it was an ambrosia or, I don't know, Fiji or Fuji or Mr. Fuji, Sheik, Iron Sheik, one of those wrestlers. Anywho, it was a really sweet apple. We got with us today Little Debbie. That's is peddling her wares again. My friend Artie keeps trying to convince me that the Little Debbie ice creams are good. I haven't enjoyed them so far, although I think I've only had 2 or 3. I don't remember. Here's a link to one of them. This one is the apple fruit pie, which is really interesting to me because I've always liked the apple pie. I like McDonald's old apple pies. Those were good. I know they're not good for you. I know they're not the greatest thing in the world, but there was just something, I guess it tied us into, nostalgia and memories and all that. But I really enjoy those. So I'm hoping it kind of gives a little bit of an ambiance of that in here, a little bit of a flavor profile similar to it. And then, God damn it, Kroger. You're starting to do this now where it's a limited edition Harvest Apple, but it's not just ice cream. This happens to be the spiced apple pie ice cream. However, I saw a whole display of things that should and things that shouldn't be put in apple form. I think pork rinds may have been one of them. And you shouldn't eat pork rinds anyway. They're gross. They're disgusting. I'm so fed up with them. Why would you even make something like that? That's awful. You're awful. Whoever makes them. No, you're not awful. You work for a company that just sells pork rinds, and pork rinds sell really well, I suppose. Definitely here in the South, let me tell you. Ugh. The question is, where do we want to go with this? Do we start with the Little Debbie? Is she going to let us down today? We start with the Kroger. Let's start with Little Debbie. I've been really excited to try this. I've had this for a few weeks. Like I said, I had taken a little bit of time off to do the editing for the Vodkast and Friends episode, which if you haven't checked it out, it is a long one. It's 49 minutes. But if you're into horror and supernatural stories and stuff like that, you should check it out. It's worth a view. Okay, here. You look at it. You look at it. Oh, you look at it. Look! Hudsonville ice cream. I think I discovered that the last time I did a Little Debbie episode, if I'm not mistaken. Hudsonville makes some pretty good ice cream. I've done a few reviews for them. I had a request to do one, and then I did another one all on my own because I really liked it was called Blue something. Blue Moon, I saw you. Oh, I'm going to get a copyright strike. Anywho, you can watch that one. That one's there. There's a lot of links today. I don't know why. All right, I've left this out a little while to start getting a little soft. The top of this does feel a little bit Burt and Ernie. So I'm going to try to scrape off a little bit of this freezer burn from the top and dig in a little bit here. I'm going to try to find some apples before I take a bite because I don't want to take multiple bites because this thing is loaded with sugar and it's not even 9 in the morning yet. Okay. Is that an apple? I believe I've discovered a piece of apple. I don't know if you can see it. I'm not going to hang that over my keyboard though because I don't want to have to buy a new keyboard. Let's try the Little Debbie apple pie fun ice cream times. Okay. I can tell you now, that's pretty good. That's really good. The apple pie in here is really good because it does kind of remind you of like if you smashed up a McDonald's apple pie and put it in here, or in this case, a Little Debbie's apple pie and smashed it up and put it in with apple-flavored ice cream. This is really, really delicious. Still, though, there's something about the ice cream after it's gone down, my tongue feels waxy and coated. I don't like that. I am going to take another bite, though, because I want to see if I can get a little bit more apple in it. That one had a lot of crumbs in it. The crumbs weren't as crumbly, crunchy as I would have liked them to be. I would have liked to have a little bit more texture to it, but they kind of fell apart like they'd been sitting in ice cream however long this ice cream's been made. Here we go. Buttermilk berry cornbread, buttermilk berry cornbread, buttermilk berry cornbread, let's eat it with a spoon. If you've never seen that episode, I did an ice cream review about buttermilk berry cornbread by Van Leeuwen's, which I believe is a Walmart. No. Yeah, I think that's a Walmart. I can't remember who's exclusive to who anymore. That's good. Let's try the second one here. This is, if you don't have a Kroger near you, I do apologize. Oh, no, that's interesting. There's nothing to, like, peel back. It's just like, hey, here's the ice cream. I hope you love it. Oh, okay. You know what I mean? I don't like that there's only this and this between the world. You know what I mean? When I'm at Kroger, I want to believe that people cough and there's no way it's going to get inside because it's sealed. But this isn't sealed. It's just like, here you go. Somebody could open this at the store and lick it. I mean, I'm sure they wouldn't. I'm sure somebody has, though. All right. Let's take a look at this. Dig into it a little bit. Oh, I'm hearing a lot of crunchy crumbles. That's a good sign. I'm seeing a lot of crunchy crumbles right on the top, too. So let's just go with a bite that's got a little bit of crunchy crumbles on it, and we'll see what we think of it. Here we go. Buttermilk berry cornbread, buttermilk berry cornbread, buttermilk berry cornbread. Let's eat it with a spoon. Cinnamon nutmeg with crunchy oat streusel. I probably should have read this before I ate it. I figured it was just like spiced apple pie. What am I chewing on? I think it's a nut. No, it's a crunchy oat streusel. I didn't know that. I knew that. Originality. This is way different than this. They went a whole different route with this one over here as opposed to Little Debbie's apple fruit pie. Is one better than the other? I don't know. That's a really good question. Thank you for asking it. Let me score them first. And then we'll get into details. I'm going to give this a 7.5. I would have given it a higher score, but it's just the quality of the ice cream in the Little Debbie ice creams does something on my palate, on my tongue, that doesn't feel right. It's not bad, though. The flavor of this is really good, and there's a lot of chunkiness in it. There's a lot of crumbly crumbles in it, and there's a lot of apples in it. Would I like to have had the crumbly crumbles a little crunchier? Yes, I would have, but I didn't get that, so 7.5 is still not bad. That's way above average. Harvest apple. Okay, Kroger, let's talk about this a little bit here. Flavor of the ice cream is great. The cinnamon in it is definitely awesome. Like, I love cinnamon in things. It's hard to find, like, cinnamon ice cream. You can't just get cinnamon ice cream. You get cinnamon gum. I don't chew gum. I don't like gum. So when you added cinnamon into the apple thing, you get props for that. I love the idea of the crunchy oat streusels, but chewing them, a little weird. It's different. I like weird. I'm not into weird. It's just, I don't know. There was something that just didn't do it for me in here. I think I would have liked the ice cream. I think I would like the ice cream better if it was just the flavor of the ice cream with maybe some kind of pie crust in it and definitely more apple. Big chunks of apple. I want more apple in here. It's harvest apple, and I didn't get a lot of apples. Here, got apples. Here, not so much. But the flavor is really good, and the cinnamon's good. So I'm going to give this a 7. Not quite as good as the Little Debbie, oddly enough. But this also didn't leave a film on my mouth where this did. So if you have any interest in trying either of them, I say go for it. They're delicious, and this time of year is the perfect time of year to treat yourself for a nice fall flavor. Stay away from the pumpkin spice for a little while. Change it up. Let's make this year the caramel apple season. What do you say? Excellent. And I do certainly hope you've enjoyed today's episode of the Vodkast, because I really enjoyed making it. And if you guys are loving the content that I'm creating as much as I love creating the content that you guys are watching, would you please consider liking, commenting, subscribing, sharing, and then hit the little bell icon, because it'll let you know every time I put out a new video. Don't forget to make someone smile today and make yourself a better person tomorrow than you were today. Tomorrow, let's make the world spin a little bit happier and a little bit wackier. Together. Let's sing and dance in the sun and the rain as one, my brothers and sisters. Live life to the fullest and love every moment of it, because you just never know when that last moment's going to come for you. However, never live in fear of that moment. Always live in love, and never let your inner child die. Take care of yourselves. Take care of one another. And take care of those around you. Hang on. I had some streusel still stuck in my teeth. Take care of yourselves, take care of one another, and take care of those around you who cannot take care of themselves, for they are the ones that need it the most. And if no one has told you today that they love you, the Vodcast loves you very much, just the way you are. All right, guys, do no harm. I'm Geycen Oliveira. This is the Vodcast, and I'll catch you guys a little bit further on down the road. Take care, everybody.
Don't go to sleep with a catch it in your pocket.